If you want to see your own videos on the Geek Loot Gaming YouTube channel, please go to the link in the description to submit your own video and possibly become part of the network we're trying to create here on YouTube. Join the community by going to tiny.cc/geeklootgaming and submit your form.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Geek Loot Gaming. I'm Taylor here with another video. Today we're going to talk about how Apple denied the request for the Binding of Isaac Rebirth to be included on the iOS App Store. So, reading from IGN.com, Apple has rejected the Binding of Isaac Rebirth from releasing on its iOS App Store, citing violence and abuse towards children as the reason why. Now, if you aren't familiar, Binding of Isaac Rebirth, it's a video game made in 2012, kind of a sequel spin-off to the regular Binding of Isaac game. It's a top-down, kind of almost dungeon crawler game, and it plays off of the story of Isaac from the Old Testament and the Bible, where it kind of just depicts Isaac as this character that is abused by his mother, and he has to fight monsters in his basement. Now, the game has a very cartoony style, so anybody who tries to say this is violence is kind of dumb, really, because I would think regular people know the difference between violence simulated via cartoons and real violence like you can see on the news and in the real world. But, you know, we have to censor real-world violence and all that sort of stuff because, you know, real-world violence never happens, kids. Anyhow, Binding of Isaac Rebirth was just rejected from being on the iOS Apple Store. So, why do I take issue with this? Some people might be thinking, well, it's Apple. They want very niche sort of programs to be on their app store. They have the right to deny anybody from their app being on their store because it's their company. They can do what they want. Yeah, I'm not saying they don't have the right to do that. They can have the right to do whatever the fuck they want with their own company, but I find it extremely hypocritical that they cited that abuse towards children. That is the reason they say Binding of Isaac Rebirth got rejected from the App Store. In 2013, child labor was uncovered in Apple's supply chain in China. In 2014, everybody found out that Apple was failing to protect Chinese factory workers. All these super mega giant companies like Foxconn and Apple who ship all their products overseas, so the cheap labor, it's just better for their bottom line, really, so that they can make more products at a cheaper price. They don't give a rat's ass about the children, the real-life children that actually work for them, and the real-life people that they refuse to protect and give benefits to overseas. Why would they actually care about real-world violence towards children and adults that they actually employ when they can actually care about something as meaningless and as futile and stupid as violence depicted in a cartoony video game? Are you kidding me, Apple? Is that really the reason you're going to deny the Binding of Isaac Rebirth, a game that you say has violence towards children? Which, by the way, totally not true. I would argue, no, cartoon violence is not the same as regular violence, not to mention it doesn't condone violence. Just because it depicts it doesn't mean it condones it. Meanwhile, Apple actually employs freaking underaged workers. They condone it. That is bullshit. And some people might be saying, well, that child labor uncovered in Apple's supply chain thing, that was in 2013. Okay, well here's an article right now. January 18th, 2016, Apple and Samsung suppliers linked to child labor in Africa. So they haven't given up. They want their bottom line to be as large as it can without them actually having to give their employees benefits, health benefits, make sure they don't want to fucking kill themselves, you know, stuff like that. They can't bother to actually care about the violence they inflict on their employees when they're too busy caring about video game violence depicted in a cartoony-ass video game, as if that really matters. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you like the content you just saw, subscribe to the channel. I make a lot of content just like it. Leave a comment below telling me what you think about this story. Anyhow, thanks for watching.